प्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक् प्राणश्चक्षु श्रोत्रमथो बलमेन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मेस्तु तदात्मनि निरते य उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ May all my limbs attain strength. May the body, the mind, the sensory and motor organs, and the life force all become efficient and powerful. All is verily the Brahman, the all-pervading, ever blissful, ever perfect, conscious existence itself. May I never deny this truth of oneness of blissful existence. Let this truth not reject me either. May all the virtues needed to experience this truth in life be with me. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Let us meditate on this truth of oneness of existence by transcending our particular shapes. We look different because of the shapes, but inside the shapes, the same substance is there, like a huge heap of ice cubes. The ice cubes appear different. I identify myself with one ice cube. Associate with other ice cubes. Some appear to be my parents. Some appear to be my siblings. Some other relations. Some friends and colleagues. Some enemies. Many completely unrelated but different from me. But this huge heap of ice cubes kept in warmer temperatures. I see I am losing the shape. I have changed the shape. So also other ice cubes have. I soon see the one reality appearing as all different forms. The whole bunch of ice cubes or formerly ice cubes have melted into one mass of water. No I, no you, and even when we were ice cubes, were we really different? Not really. The substance was the same. The shapes were changing constantly. Actually, it was always the one without second existence itself. I am the all-pervading, one without second, ever perfect, ever blissful existence itself, the Brahman. Om, peace, peace, peace. So let us beginning at the beginning before Charlie reminds me. Let us have the opening chant, the first verse from this great treatise. So now you can chant loudly, I suppose. Yes. So, Charlie. जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि. That from whom creation, sustenance and dissolution of the universe take place, who is both the instrumental and material cause of it, who is omniscient, is the only one having self-mastery, being the one independent entity, who illumined the mind of Brahma with the Vedic revelation, whose wisdom is the wonder of even the greatest sages, in whom the world of the three gunas subsists, just as the combination of materials like fire, water and earth subsist in their causes without changing their elemental nature, in whose consciousness there is nothing false. On that truth supreme we meditate. So this whole great text is actually meditation on the supreme truth. The supreme truth is a very important concept in our spiritual life. The truths which are relative, they change according to the time and space context, our personal, the mental preferences and all, they make the relative truths. Relative truth is a manifestation of the supreme truth. It is not just a manifestation, a distorted, changed, deceptive manifestation of the supreme truth. And thus we get caught in that. It is always changing because the context change. It is like looking through that kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope, have you seen kaleidoscope? Kaleidoscope, okay, thank you. Kaleidoscope. So you keep on changing, moving, and the things appear to be different. It is the combination of colors appear to be different. It is all like that. This world is like that. Changes. Our perceptions change, our connections change, our relations change. Why? Because they are all relative truths. And they are manifestations of what? There is only a few beads of glass there. Inside that is the reality of all the infinitely many combinations that come from it. So it is like that. The one divine Brahman, no second there. That appears in all infinitely many continuously changing forms, running here, there, in agony to get rid of this suffering and become happy. Mm, that is the world, constantly running after bits of these apparent pleasures and getting caught in terrible sufferings. Again and again we get into that. So, this is the world, the apparent or contextual relative truth. That is what we see in this world. Hmm. And we wonder, what is this? Well, this is all manifestations of the absolute truth. And the relative truths, they contradict each other. They do not go always. One relative truth does not support another relative truth. It is because the directions from which we see that determines it. It is even in our American politics or any politics. The Democrats have one view, Republicans would have exactly opposite view. Mm. Now, why? Because the truths are different for different people. It is not the same. Like if you see a deer, a very nice looking deer, you are seeing, and also uh, a hyena or wolf is seeing. Now both look at it very differently. For that it is food, you know. Hey, let me catch, tear it, and then just remove my hunger. That is, that animal is looking like that, food. And it is that you look, oh, what a beautiful creature it is, very nice, running about. See the difference. It is very different views. What is real? None of it is real, and everything is real as appearance, as manifestation. So, if we get caught in manifestations, consider them to be supreme realities, then there is no end to the suffering. It is no joy in them. You keep on looking for the joy. Yes, you may think that I will make this person happy, as if it is in your hands. Can you make yourself happy? No. But you think that I can make that other person happy. There is no happiness in this world, not even an iota of it. It's hard to swallow this fact, friends, because truths are not always sweet. Usually they are very bitter. Mm. But then why do we feel like becoming happy? Because there is the actual never ending happiness beyond these forms. That is the divine. All happiness is there and there alone. Let us not make mistake about it. And we are actually looking for that. This truth has been brought to us through such wonderful stories. The all powerful divine is now making all the good and evil tendencies called devas and asuras. The English way of putting will be angels and demons, which are in us. That they are not outside, the demons and angels are not being addressed. It is within us, the right tendencies which make us go to the truth supreme, and the tendencies which want to hold on to the appearances and thus are evil because they end up in fights. That there is no fights, fear, and very violent behaviors. It is quite natural. When you see somebody other than yourself, then you cannot escape the feeling of fear or enmity. Howsoever friendly you may be to that person, still there are the seeds of separation and enmity, because you see I and that person as separate. So Upanishads very categorically say, athatasya bhayam bhavati. Taittiriya Upanishad says, yatra, that udaram antaram kurute, even the slightest distinction, I and you. You may be very close, like husband and wife. You may be very close, I and my child. Yet, because of that separation, there is always the fear from the other. When that other idea gets transcended by looking at the truth, not that you have to destroy the forms, but see the truth, that it is the same one reality that appears as all different ice cubes. And then alone, when we see the oneness, the fear goes away, enmity goes away, violence goes away, not otherwise. So, this is the truth that is brought out through very enchanting stories. The asuras, the demons, and the devas both were desirous of this uh, nectar, the amrita, by which one becomes immortal. And as we saw that the Lord made them churn the ocean, lot of hard work has to be done. Spiritual life, as as you do the practice, it is not easy. One has to do lot of hard work. And that hard work is actually supported by God. The God, the fundamental reality, that is supporting all that. It is through the hard work. Why hard work? Then you understand the value of it. If you get things easy, you don't see the value of it. So you have to do hard work so that you will see the value of all this great truth. It is, and then the nectar came out by the hard work of churning the ocean. We saw that part of the story. And then the asuras, because of their strength and because of their that aggressive tendencies, immediately grabbed this jar of Amrita. Amrita, the ambrosia, was grabbed by them, and the devas were wondering that what will happen now. They got it. The Lord told them that don't worry, I will bewitch them by my Maya. That is, they will be allured, they would be all enchanted, and I will do what is needful for your benefit. Don't get scared. So, with that assurance, as the asuras we saw in the last class, and demons, they started having quarrel amongst themselves. Who is going to get it first? Everybody was saying, I will get it first, because who knows, you may drink everything, I will not get. That is why this demonic rush is quite common all over the world, because the greed becomes so powerful. As Mahatma Gandhi used to say, that there is enough in the world to satisfy the needs, but not the greed. The world has enough to satisfy the need of people. But greed is infinite, greed has no measure. The need has some measure. Greed has no measure, infinite. And so the quarrels ensue. The world we see around, see how much competition. Because the people who want is very big, 8 point some billions they are wanting it, and the amount is small. So now let us fight. That is how the world is always under such fights. There was no time in the history of the world that there was all peace, no wars, no human society ever lived, no animal ever lived. Always fight. It is why? Because the greed is supreme, so I want to grab it. And at that time, the philosophies come up. Those weak asuras, that is what is mentioned in the text. Those demons who were weaker, now the strong, they don't need much philosophy. They just grab. The weaks who are not able to fight now try to take a high moral stand. Like, Arjuna taking a high moral stand in the beginning of the with that Mahabharata war. Oh no, we should not fight. After all, the fighting doesn't bring good to anybody. It destroys the whole communities, everything. All big lesson, big discourse on morality was given to whom? Krishna himself. Mm. So he was going on talking. That very Arjuna, just a little while ago, came ready to battle these Kauravas and kill them. So now that Arjuna got transformed, why? The weakness, I and mine. That I and mine. That is why he told, come on, take my chariot in the middle of the two armies so that I would see whom I am going to battle. As if he did not know whom he was going to battle. It was just buying time to generate a moral narrative to counter. It is when we don't want to decide, when our minds are unsteady, then we see, can I buy more time, get some more time to escape this situation. And then, okay, the Sanjaya describes there in such a very, very poetic, suggesting words. When Arjuna's chariot was brought in the middle, and Arjuna looks at all those whom he has to battle, he did not see any enemy. Ah, he sees all his relatives, uh, my teachers, my grandfather, my cousins, my uncles, and so forth. Now all weakness, my relations, my so and so. So he says that how can I kill them? How can I shoot arrows at them? And then all that moral narrative comes. This some, and now this was a expression of tremendous weakness. That is why after giving all this discourse, Arjuna sat in the a bundle of depression, left his bow and arrow, and fell in the chariot, as it were. It was why it was just an expression of weakness. So when you are weak, these asuras, they were weak to be able to snatch through fight with other demons. So they said, okay, they started talking the language of peace. Mm. Yes, suppose you think, of Yogatmananda, not a strong fellow, and some big boxer, world champion boxer, comes and gives me not giving, suppose, comes and gives me a blow. And if I say to that, no, no, I forgive you and all that, has it any meaning? Forgive what? Do you have any power to retaliate? If you had power to retaliate, then you are saying, okay, I let you go. Then that is meaningful. But his one blow has already made me fall on the ground. Oh, I forgive you. It's just stupidity, you say. So, uh, these, therefore, these demons, they started talking about, no, no, look at these angels, these devas. We worked together, They should also get the share. It is immoral to just snatch it for ourselves, and that too we are not sharing it equally amongst ourselves either. So they started grumbling, and then as it was happening, we saw a very beautiful, tremendously charming woman. It was Lord who took this form of this female, very attractive, full of that kind of, female appeal for normal males. That, oh, I must have this, I must possess this, all that attraction. mm, and that overpowers one so much. You forget what you have been doing, what you have come here for, and then get entangled with that in some other place that Swami Vivekananda narrates in Jnana Yoga, that Narada once asked Lord, please tell me about your Maya. I think yesterday we were having a discussion on Maya in the dining hall. At dining hall, when the spices are less or not, then we have to get some such meaningless conversation going on. What is Maya? And now, what to say? If you say it is that itself is Maya's. So now, how to explain it to Narada? Lord said, "Well, that is, we'll see. But right now, I'm having lot of thirst. I'm dying by thirst. Can you fetch a little drinking water for me?" And Narada, that great devotee and servant of Lord, just rushes where he saw a village, went there, knocked on one door, and then a very pretty girl opens the door. Narada forgot that he came to seek water. Ah, it is kept on looking at her, uh, very infatuated by the beauty, and forgetting all, he sought the hand of this girl in marriage, and her parents were there. They also saw that he looks a good man, and so married this girl to him, and then they had lot of landed property. Narada became a farmer and trader and all that. They had three children, and then all this was going on so well. And suddenly, as it happens, a big flood came, and everything was getting under the deluge. That river by the side of the village had flooded everything, and somehow to escape, you wait till the end. What will happen to my properties, how that it is. The wife was, okay, let us go, but I have this jewelry, this thing and that thing, so to take that now, all became very, and somehow wading through that flooded, very tremendously, uh, that fast flowing river, in that current, somehow they tried to get on the other shore, could not forget all that. The children, one after the other, got carried away by the currents. The wife also. Narada somehow was thrown on the bank. Uh, all I lost, all this thing, was lamenting, all this I lost. Uh, See, imagine, all the fortune that he had made, all was gone. And he heard a voice near him, the voice of God. Narada, you went to get a little water for me to drink. It is half an hour now. Huh? Oh, all this happened in half an hour. It is like that. So you don't ask about Maya. That is what we are all in. All our discussions, all our even spiritual practice, it is going on in Maya. So with this Maya, now Lord The question comes, Sri Ramakrishna has answered it very beautifully. In Vedanta also you find the same answer, that it is Maya of the Lord, Maya of God. Does God not get affected by it? If that is the Maya is in God also, yes. Maya is in God, but it doesn't affect God, because God is the master of Maya. He is called therefore Mayadhish. And the others are slaves to Maya, Maya Das. So they are caught in the Maya. It is so. Therefore, Lord does not get affected. One beautiful analogy Sri Ramakrishna used to give, that a cobra has poison in its mouth. But the cobra doesn't die because of the having poison in the mouth. But it suppose it stings Yogatmananda, then Yogatmananda is gone. So it's like that, you see, that this Mohini, her name was Mohini, this beautiful girl, uh, coming there with uh, such tremendous charm. Everybody was very attracted to her. And then uh, she asked, "What's the problem? Why you are having this dispute?" "No, this is to be distributed." "Can you distribute?" They told that beautiful girl. "Can you distribute?" We will abide by how you do it." It is, we will abide. And then to make that firm, it is said that first you you put something, a stick in the ground, and then to see whether it is firm or not, you shake it a little bit. So, this Mohini, that it is, she asked those demons, "Oh, you don't really know me. How can you place that much trust in me?" And the demons, infatuated, all taken by the beauty of this girl, said, "No, no, we trust you fully. You will be." Then she nicely put her these tentacles around, saying, "But I won't like if you disturb my way of. I will distribute, but you should not take offense at my actions." And then the demons, they could not see. It happens, when you have this a young man, young woman coming together, and they make so many promises to each other. Ah, it is, "No, no, I will treat you like queen, I will not say a word to you." And that she also says, "Yes, yes, all that. I want to be always in your company," and all that. Uh, Great humorous story writer P.G. Wodehouse has made lot of fun of these things, that, oh, that. That girl was saying, "Oh, he is the best man I know in the world." And her father was not much impressed by that. Said, "Well, tell me more. What is this best?" It is, "Oh, how can I describe him? He is the supreme best person that I can think of." And now it is like that. That is the getting charmed, infatuated, not able to think beyond that. So that is how one commits such mistakes in life, getting infatuated. So thus that the Mohini had caused this infatuation to all these demons. And then she started moving, throwing her charms about amongst the demons, made them sit in a particular manner, and made the proper rows. First, she said, okay, today, before you are going to take this elixir of immortality, this Amrita, today you fast. Hmm. You fast today, come tomorrow after purifying yourself, take shower, put on new clothes, and then come. And then she made them, she herself also decorated herself more. Um, so to increase that infatuation, you sit like this, you sit like this. They were all made to sit, made these rows like that, and she was moving amongst the demons more, causing that kind of, those with dancing steps and all that. And then, but was not giving Amrita to them, Lord Vishnu in the form of this female beauty of tremendous infatuating charm, who was carrying the pitcher of the Amrita, was moving among the demons, keeping them attracted to her charm, moving amongst them, but was giving this Amrita only to the Devas. And then the description is very funny here, that Asuras could see that, but didn't want to say a word, and so that uh, this beautiful dame will not get offended. Uh, so always wanted to keep her in good spirits. So they did not utter a word, although they saw that she is giving the Amrita, doling it out only to the gods, the angels, not to us. And then uh, one demon was there. His name was the that Swarabhanu. The uh, she was giving Amrita only to the Devas. Demons noticed this, but remained silent, so that the girl does not get offended. We do like that, that no, let it be. Although I don't like this, I don't want to say anything. That it is, you may not like exactly what your boss is doing, but then you don't want to offend the boss, so you keep yourself tight-lipped. One lady was asking that, I was promoted to this post, but they are not giving me more money. So what should I do? I am afraid of saying, because if I say it, maybe that they will give me a pink slip. Okay, you don't have to come from tomorrow. I am afraid. What should I do? I said, you could speak to the boss. Do not show any irritation. Uh, Tell that, well, it is, you have given me this position, so now I should get this much amount more, isn't it? Now, when I told, she was again afraid that should I really say? Okay, but remember, if you get, say, $10,000, 5,000 you have to give as donation to Vedanta Society. The Swamis are clever, so it is. Uh, so, uh, but go, talk. And they listened to her, yes, this position, and the boss said, this we made a mistake here. That he looked at the how much money the at that position the previous person used to be paid, and oh, so we have to give you more these emoluments, and not only 10,000, he gave her 15,000. So it is but you are scared to talk. I don't like this behavior, but I am scared of speaking because I may lose. It is. I don't really like how my husband talks to that girl, but I keep silent. I don't want to offend him. So it is. These things happen very uh, commonly because of the fear. So these demons were seized with this fear that this girl may get offended and we will lose this girl, and the Amrita also. One Swarabhanu demon changed his appearance and got seated amongst the Devas. And when the nectar was getting distributed, uh, this Swarabhanu got a share of that Amrita. But the sun and moon, between, you see the picture, picture is just that between whom he was seated, they noticed that this is not amongst us. He is a demon in this form. So they alerted, they raised an alarm. And this Mohini, uh, that she had still her Vishnu's weapon discussed with her. So she just uh, cut his head. His head was severed. Uh, And but by that time some nectar, some amrita had gone down the throat. These stories are very funny, very enchanting, nice stories. Some nectar had come down up to the throat. So up to this part remained immortal. And the other part died. So this part gets called therefore Rahu, only the head. And the other part was called Ketu. And this Rahu Ketu, he became so now angry with this sun and moon, and starts chasing them, all the time chasing the sun and the moon, and sometimes able to grab them. And that is when we get the eclipses. That is the story of the eclipses. How do we get eclipse? Hmm, that it is Rahu catches them, that it is Shankaracharya mentions in his Dakshinamurti hymn, Rahugrasta Divakarendu Sadrisho Maya Samachhadanat, that like the Rahu and getting the sun under his grab, sun gets covered by the darkness. And similarly, with the cover of Maya, everybody gets deluded. So this is how this Rahu and Ketu's story, that they had remained, the body died. So it is like that the Amrita was distributed, and naturally that this Bhagavata does not contain that part of this story. But then the demons got terribly angry, and then that Mohini, that girl, appeared as Vishnu now, and then giving the picture of Amrita to the chief of the angels, Devas, Indra, that Vishnu went on his Garuda to Vaikuntha. So now the demons started chasing these devas who had the Amrita, and then Indra's son uh, carried it, ran away with it. And so it is some drops of that nectar spilled at 4 places on earth. Some story says that no, he kept the pitcher because he was running fast, needed to catch his breath, so kept the pitcher at some 4 spots before reaching the heaven. So it is those 4 spots is where now you have Kumbh Mela. Now once Kumbh Mela, and that same these constellation of stars appears at every place after 12 years. Yeah, I do not know the astronomy or astrology of it, but it is at that time, therefore, the Kumbh Mela gets held every 12 years, attracting millions of them. I read in newspaper this morning that already at Prayagraj 400 millions have taken dip. Imagine, 400 millions is more than America's population. Imagine. It is so. This is because of this pitcher of nectar was either kept or some drops fell there, and thus it is that became a great place of pilgrimage. So it is that is how this was there. So let us conclude. Then there is this story here that a fierce war ensued then between the devas and asuras, although the asuras they now didn't have the nectar, but they saw the devas have it, and then they are becoming thus prosperous. They attacked the asuras with great fury, and the description of the war is there. We may skip that. It is a big description of this how the war and how the demons were overpowering the devas, uh, the angels. When God came again to their protection, and thus they were saved of this peril. So that is how this. Then comes another very beautiful story, which we will see a little bit of it. How Lord Shiva, the infatuation that Maya can cause, whosoever does not remain established in Brahman will get infatuated by that. So there is this story of Shiva getting infatuated. This is to show that how one must be so careful. It is anything can cause our mind to get unsettled. And so, therefore, that story of Shiva getting enchanted by Mohini to the extent that Shiva's semen fell there, and then that through that semen a child was born. That child is considered the child of Shiva and Vishnu. Vishnu in the form of this Mohini. So child of Shiva and Vishnu called Ayyappa. That it is, and there is that very famous shrine. What is that place? Do you know? Shabarimala. In that in South India, in Kerala, that Shabarimala, again thousands and thousands of hundreds of thousands of devotees, they go there for pilgrimage. So, okay, then let us conclude with this closing prayer. If you have questions, please do not hesitate to ask. निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुर्हो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः. O devotees, quaff, quaff to intoxication this nectar of the fruit of the tree of Vedas, flowing from the mouth of the great sage Shuka and mixed with the ambrosia from his words. Any questions? You have a question? Wow.
If immortality is beyond the body, how could anyone in the body become immortal?
Yeah, it is beyond the body. So as bodies, everybody has to die. As bodies, they don't become immortal. But this is an allegorical story, that's all. Therefore, they had to be, even after getting nectar, that Amrita, the Devas were attacked by the demons, and the Devas were scared of death. It is, yeah. So, there is no immortality in body. Body means death. Body is like chemical reactions going on all the time. A continuous stream of chemical processes, they go on. That is called body. So, what is the meaning of immortality of body? Mm. Any question? Raji has a question. Wow, she never has a question normally. She only has answers. Ah,
Pranam Maharaj.
pranam.
Maharaj, in your meditation at the beginning, where you said about the ice melting and all becoming one, so this knowledge of Advaita, can it be put into Vyavahara in
Of
action?
course, yeah. In Vyavahara,
In the relative existence, only the relative actions must
the
exist.
relative actions then would be done by this knowledge. That is why the life of Sri Ramakrishna and all the saints is so important. Look at how they lived. Because Sri Ramakrishna was seeing that very water has appeared in these forms like ice. different pieces of ice. So when it comes to those pieces of ice, that this ice piece, this ice, there is the differentiation. You work according to the differentiation without losing the sense that it is all one. I give therefore the beautiful analogy of animal crackers. That a baby thinks that they are real animals, different from each other, doesn't know the oneness. But now Raji looks at them. She also sees the different faces, these shapes, and can certainly say that this is a lion, this is a crocodile, this is a camel. But while saying this, does she know? No, does she not know that they all are same? Exactly like that. When we become spiritually grown up, then we see that yes, these are just mere forms. The substance in all of them is same. So the actions become very different. Our present knowledge of the shapes is like the babies looking at the animal crackers. We see that I am this, that fellow is different. I am good, that fellow is really a devil in human form. Is all that. That is how our, because we see only the shape, not the inner content. If you see the inner content, then it is a complete truth. That is the shape of a camel, but it is not camel. Although you are vegetarian, you can eat that camel. No problem. So you have the full knowledge that this is Charlie, the shape of Charlie, actually God. God appearing as Charlie, God appearing as this and this and this. The connections are all very evanescent. My mom, my dad, my siblings, and that is all meaningless, only relatively true. Absolutely, it is all the one substance. So that is how the behavior of the sages is so important. In the end of the second chapter, that was the question of Arjuna. What a great question! That how this person then conducts oneself, himself or herself in the relative life. And then Lord Krishna says that his behavior is same. Not that because he is seeing God, instead of walking on feet, he starts walking on hands. No, it is same. Also, like ordinary human beings, put food in the mouth, not in the nose. So it is like that. That, but where is the difference? Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parth manogatan. That all the desires, sarvan, all the desires have gone away. That happens, that if you see the animal cracker, the lion there will not scare you away, because it is only an appearance of lion. That you will not be afraid of the snake that it will sting you. No possibility. So this is how the life changes. Yeah. Any question upstairs? No. So let us have the bhajan singing. मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल, केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल। मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल, केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल। हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल। कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल, कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल, कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल, कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल। मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल, केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल। केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल।